Okay, so our interview will be broken up into seven themes. So I am exploring educational partnership initiatives. And for our first theme, it is working together for a common goal.
Mhm.
Uh, my first question is what motivates your organization to seek partnerships to promote educational initiatives?
I think that collaborating and partnerships is very important for the growth of any organization. So we seek partnerships not only so that we can explore ideas and exchange information, but we also explore partnerships to not to enhance our annual revenue. When we have partnerships, we can swap students, and students that are not a good fit for other organizations may be a good fit for ours. So that also helps us to be able to collaborate on interpersonal levels with the students. And there's an array of reasons why we seek partnerships, but the main two reasons is just to collaborate on ideas and to grow revenue and marketing.
Awesome. Okay. Okay. What gaps or needs led to these collaborations, and who are the key stakeholders involved?
So, oftentimes the gaps that kind of promote us collaborating is within the student body. Sometimes we are in some organizations are in places where we are not well, we haven't really in rooms where we haven't really been invited quite yet, and we are also in rooms where other organizations have not been invited. So we kind of fulfill those gaps for students in those places where we can't go, and also, sorry, the phone glitched. What was the second question? I didn't quite get the second part of your question.
Who are the key stakeholders involved? I'm
The
sorry.
key stakeholders are the staff and the students. Oftentimes, when we collaborate, we will get functional staffing and students by just asking the simple question, what do you have that we do not? And we also gain information. There's many softwares that we don't know about or do not have that other organizations have explored. So collaborating on the level of, like I said earlier, interpersonal and pretty much financial kind of helps us to grow our business in the areas of marketing with students and just the whole demographic volume of our organization.
Awesome. Okay. Can you please share what benefits you see in partnering with schools, nonprofits, or government entities compared to working independently, which you kind of just touched on?
Well, the benefit of working with nonprofits is the fact that we can gain resources. You can gain resources. A lot of students, they don't have the financial ability to pay for certain things like certain softwares and certain books, and there's many organizations that do have the resources to fund students and bridge those gaps that they do not have in things that they do not have. A lot of times bridging gaps in just support when it comes to mental support. A lot of students, they when they're in school, life happens for everybody, but especially students who are trying to finish when life happens, bridging gaps with or other organizations who have resources that we may not have is very important, especially when it comes around mental health, when it comes around finances, when it comes around resources for supplies. So when we partner with organizations that have things that we do not have, or we have things that other organizations do not have, is very, very important.
Awesome. Can you tell me I'm sorry. How have your partnerships contributed to your organization's mission and impacted the community?
Well, our mission originally was to support BIPOC people who do not have the resources or even the wherewithal to be able to get through talk technology schools. When you walk into a lot of software companies, you will see people from other countries, but just a lot of people who are born and raised in the United States inside of impoverished areas, you don't really see much of that. And so when we collaborate with other organizations, we will begin to market to those people who do not have the information and the resources to get through school. So it's collaborating with other organizations is very important for us. Our mission is to pretty much help those who can't usually get into the doors and the places that we are in. For example, we are in like when we have students that are graduating, a lot of our students get jobs at Google, they get jobs at Amazon and Amazon Web Services, and just on a regular day these jobs may not be marketed to someone that's been living in an impoverished area all their lives and don't know where to go to get these jobs. And so when we collaborate with other organizations who have access to these people, it's very important. So that helps to fulfill our mission, just to help people to gain opportunities that they would have never had without collaboration.
That's amazing. Okay. Um, okay. Uh, can you tell me what key outcomes have resulted from these collaborations?
Yeah, there's many key outcomes. Like we said, I did have a student who was incarcerated for since
Oh,
he's been a youth, and he got out and he was living in the Chicago, kind of an impoverished and rough neighborhood. And he joined our organization, and he was able to do an externship at a company called SEO Moz. SEO Moz is a company that has been known for at least the last 6 years as one of the best places to work in the United States. And they had a salary that was able to afford him not only to leave his current situation, but to actually move out of state and actually start a little family. So now he's starting a family, and he is the founder of a very successful BIPOC. It's kind of like a Facebook for BIPOC people, so they can not be monetized and censored. They can speak freely. So he's done really well for himself since graduating from our organization.
yeah, I would call that success.